Hi and welcome to my channel. This is the wrapper we'll be using for today's project. So we're making a gown. We have shoulder to waist measurement, that's what I have there. And here is our starting line, which is actually our shoulder line. I am marking the neck width of 3 inches here. And after the 3 inches, I marked 5 inches. And I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. And I connect the 2 points together like so, because our shoulders are not straight. This way. So I have 2 inches extension here. We'll be achieving this type of pleat at the center front, and the other 2 inches is for zipper allowance at the back. So shoulder is 16 divided by 2, we have 8, plus half an inch for sewing allowance. Shoulder to bust point, that's what I'm marking there. Shoulder to bust point. The bust line is what I marked there. So we have the bust line, we have the waistline. So for our armhole depth, I'm working with 8.5. I'm working with 8.5 here. So whatever we have at that shoulder, I marked it there also, in order to achieve a straight line. So this is it. So we are taking our bust circumference divided by 4 plus ease and sewing allowance. Waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch dart and plus our 1.5 sewing allowance, and we connect the points together. So we are marking our nipple to nipple because we want to take out our dart, which is 4 inches, and we have taken out dart of 1 inch, and we came down there by 1.5 so that we don't get to the nipple point. Armhole divided by 2, we have it this way, and we are coming in by half an inch, and we connect our armhole this way. This is it for our armhole. So for our neck width, I'm marking 3.5, and the neck depth, I think I came down by 4 inches. So we have 4 inches there. So this is for our front neck. And for our back, I'm marking 1.5, and we connect it this way. So this is our back and our front neck line. So this is it. We extend it outward this way. This is for the marking. So we proceed to cutting this out. We want to make a gown. We'll be having a joining at the waist and bust split at the lower side. So we cut out following the marking this way. This is it. We have the front and the back. So we are cutting out the front neck line. So we have the front and the back here. So this is it. Want to notch that place, that area, want to notch it. So let's separate the front from the back. This is the front. We want to notch these points so we'll be able to sew it easily. So we're going to sew a straight line there. For the back, we open up because we'll be attaching a zipper at the center back. This way. So in order to eliminate the zipper bulge, I went in by half an inch, and I connect it back to the bust line this way. So we'll be cutting that 1/2 inch out. So we'll be using just 1/2 inch for the dart at the back now, because we added 1 inch at the waist area. So for that pleat now, we'll be sewing it at the front. That is the front side of the material, not at the back. So we have the marker on the right side of the fabric. Sorry. So I've gone ahead to sew it straight, and we use our iron to press it down this way. This is how to achieve that pleat at the center front. So we have it this way. You give it a good press, you see, and you will sew both the up and down. It is when we are done sewing that we'll be able to fold it this way and cut out our lining. So we want to cut out the lining now.
At 29 and I find myself wondering, what did happen to the last 10? I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come 1 in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away, but now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be One day I'll be yours. I'll be yours. Life lessons come 1 in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come 1 in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come 1 in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours.
We have also sewn our darts. So this is the darts. We have sewn them. Attach the mesh fabric to the lining, and this is what we are having at the end. So we want to measure what we have at the waist, so we'll be able to cut out the material for the lower side. Like I said, we want to achieve a bust pleat at the lower side. So this is the upper side of the glute, And this is the material we are using for the lower side. We added the extra 6 inches to the both front and the back in order to achieve a small A-line at the hemline. So this is how we are shaping it. We have the front and the back material here. So we cut out that area. So I will be showing you how I was able to calculate the amount of fabric we will be using on the lower side. This is our waist, quarter of the waist at the front. Quarter of the waist at the front, and want to achieve 5 pleats. And I said 19 now divide by 5 will give me 3.8, which is the spacing for the bust pleat. This is for the waist, this is the waist, only the front waist. I divided because we want to achieve 10 pleats all round. So we have 5 pleats at the front and we have 5 pleats at the back. So we are working with the front, which is 19 now. 19 divided by 5, because we'll be having 5 pleats at the front. So 19 divided by 5 will give us a 3.8. That 3.8 is the spacing. So because this is the spacing, we're multiplying it by 2. That is 3.8 times 2, which will give us 7.6. And because we'll be having 5 pleats, so we'll be multiplying this 7.6 into 5 places. 7.6 times 5 will give me 138. This is the extra material we'll be adding to the waist in order to achieve the fullness we want to achieve using bust pleats. So this 38 plus this 19, which is the actual waist, this 19 plus 38 gave us what? 57. So 57. So 57, I want to achieve flay, A-line, small A-line shape at the hem line. So we added the extra 6 inches to whatever we have gotten, plus our sewing allowance of 1.5 on the left, 1.5 on the right. Mind you, this is only for the front. So for the back front, we are having 66. You are having 66 for the front, because the back will be needing zipper allowance, and we added 2 inches zipper allowance, 2 on one side, 2 on one side, giving us 4 inches. So that's 66 for the back. 66 plus 4 inches for our zipper allowance, 2 inches on the one on the right side, 2 inches on the left side, giving us 70. This is for the back, and 66 is for the front. This is the amount of material we'll be using for the front, and this is the amount of material we'll be using for the... We have done the bust pleat. You can see that the waist area is now matching equally. So this is how we'll be attaching it this way. We'll sew it round. So for our sleeve, we want to measure our armhole here. And this is the material we'll be using for the sleeve. We want to achieve a shirt sleeve, just a normal sleeve. I want to cut the two sleeves together, like so. So this is the length of the sleeve. That is what I'm marking there. This is for the length. And we'll fold it in this way. That is the folding allowance. So for our bicep, we are working with 9.5. So this is the bicep. We are working with 9.5. That is what we're marking there. When we measure the round armhole on the clothes, we have 10.5. So that is what I'm marking there, 10.5. So this is 10.5. And we'll connect it this way. So whatever we have here, we'll be dividing it by 3. We'll divide by 3 and shape out our sleeve head. this way. We turn the armhole curve this way and shape the other side. So this is it for our sleeve. And we have to measure to make sure that what we are having there is equal to what we have on the cloth as well. So for our sleeve round, we'll measure our sleeve round at this end. We'll mark, we add our sewing allowance of 1.5 and we connect. So this is all for the sleeve. So we're having 2 sleeves here. We'll just attach it to the main bodice. So we have gone ahead to attach the sleeve and we are giving it a good press. So this is what we're having at the end. This is the pleat. So this is the cloth. This is the back side. The cloth is neatly finished. This is the inside. So this is what we're having at the end. We also inserted the pocket. Yes, we have a pocket by the side. We inserted 2 pockets. So this is the finished look of the cloth. This is the pleat we did at the center front. So thank you very much for watching. Consider to like, share and subscribe. God bless you.